Okay, welcome back. So welcome to this practice. Today we don't need any props, but it might get a little bit sweaty, so if you need a towel or some water, you have another minute before we start. Catch whatever you need to have close by. So this is a 60-minute class. It's going to focus our core, so our midsection, but of course, like we always do in yoga, we will work the whole body. So if you haven't put a like on this video, you can do it now, and you can also subscribe to my channel. That really helps me getting other people to find out about my channel, and I really appreciate your support. So yeah, do it please, and share it with your friends as well. If you would like to play music, you find the link in the video description down below. It's playlist 10 on Spotify, and we'll start it together so that we are synced. Also in the video description you find the donation link if you would like to leave a donation to support the class. So if we now have everything we need, we're going to start the music. I'm going to start it now, and then come and lie down on your back. Let's have the soles of the feet on the floor, knees bent. And relax the arms alongside the body. Turn your palms to face up, close the eyes. Just take a moment to notice your body arriving on the mat, arriving in your practice, wherever you are taking your practice today. Know that it's going to be a dynamic practice, so enjoy those first few moments where there is nothing to do, but we allow the flora, the ground, the earth to support the weight of the body. So there is no effort needed, and we can let the breath be our main point of focus. We're breathing in through the nostrils and out of the nostrils. And I invite you now to bring the awareness into the belly, into the sides of your waist, and into the lower back. And notice how front of belly, sides of waist, and lower back, they all expand as you breathe in. They all soften and come back towards center as you breathe out. We'll take 2 more breaths here, breathing in, allowing our midsection to expand as we inhale, and to move towards center as we exhale. And just one more time in, one more time out. Allow your eyes to close, and take one hand onto your lower back, and notice how most likely now there is a gap between the lower back and the floor. And we don't want that to be any bigger. I just want you to notice how there's probably a little bit of a gap. So from here, we're going to tilt the pelvis so that our lower back gets flat to the floor. And as we do the next couple of movements, I encourage you to keep the lower back flat on the floor, to draw the front of the belly in. And then keeping that and trying to keep the lower back imprinted into the floor, will lift the shins parallel to the ground. So we have the knees stacked right on top of our hips, the shins parallel to the floor. And we want to make sure that we're not bringing the knees too close in, because that's too easy. So we want to push the knees so that they are right on top of our hips. Our lower back is imprinted into the floor, our belly is drawn in and down. We keep that, and now without moving our knees, we're just moving our hips. We tap the right toes down. Come back to center. Tap your left toes down. You can imagine that your knees are sellotaped, not together, but they're taped and they can't move. So the movement has to happen from your hip. Lower back is imprinted into the floor and you're switching side to side. You're trying your best to keep your neck and face relaxed so that the movement and the strength comes from where the body is supposed to take it, and it doesn't borrow it from parts of the body that are not supposed to work right now. We'll do another 2 on each side, moving with control so that we are not moving at the knee, but we are moving at the hip. We're keeping the lower back down. Our core starts to warm up and switch on. Maybe it starts to burn a little bit, and that's fine. Now, settle there with your knees right on top of your hips. Hold it. And then if you're ready for the next step, you're going to reach the arms overhead. Otherwise, you'll carry on and do a few more repetitions like we've been doing. So for those of you with the arms up towards the ceiling, your palms are facing in, they're facing one another. We're going to reach the right arm back as we tap down with the left toes. And then bring it back to center, switch sides. Move slowly. If you move quickly, you're not going to be able to keep your lower back down, and you're not going to be able to make the most out of the movements. So slow, controlled movements go way long, a much bigger way than fast movements that are not actually working your core, but are just moving your arm and leg. Good, let's go for one more on each side. Right arm back, left leg forwards, and then switch. Once you've done both sides this last time, hug your knees in, rock side to side. Notice how the front of the body has started to awake, and know that there is much more work to come. We're not just working the front, we're working the sides, we're working our back. So the entire midsection of the body gets a good work. Hands behind the knees, rock yourself up and down a few times. And then with your next one, rock all the way up and take a seat. Soles of the feet on the floor, we can have the knees together or apart. Bring your forearms back behind you, elbows underneath the shoulders, fingers pointing in towards you, and then puff your chest up. Press with the forearms into the floor, draw the belly in, and now lift your shins again parallel to the floor. Squeeze the knees together, take a breath in. As you breathe out, extend your right leg forwards, keep your left knee bent. Come back to center, inhale, switch, exhale. Back to center, inhale, straighten both legs, exhale. Let's do it 2 more times, the whole thing, inhale. Right leg straight, exhale. Right knee bent, inhale. Left leg straight, exhale. Both knees bent, inhale. Both legs straight, exhale. Last time, inhale. Right leg straight. Inhale, knees bent. Left leg straight. Inhale, knees bent. Both legs straight. Rebend your knees, inhale. Rock yourself all the way up. Shift forwards into a tabletop position. And from tabletop, press the hands, press the toes, lift up, downward facing dog. Hold your downward facing dog, either in stillness or adding some movement if you prefer. Whatever helps you to get rid of any excess tension and tightness in your body. Finding a little bit of freedom as we get warmer for this practice. Last couple of breaths into your downward facing dog. And then if you are moving, start to find your way into stillness. Hold down dog, inhale. Hold it, exhale. Now shift forwards, bring your shoulders on top of your wrists. Heels reach back, top of the head reaches forwards, plank. Pike the hips, lift your belly, downward facing dog. Couple of more times. As you come forwards into plank, you're not collapsing with your hips. You're squeezing your glutes, you're squeezing your thighs, and then you're lifting all the way back up. You can imagine if you had a block between your inner thighs and you were squeezing it, your quads would be active, your adductors, your inner legs would be active, your glutes would also be active. So that's how we want to feel when we come forwards into plank. One more time. We're pushing the floor away, active through the lower body. Up and back, downward facing dog. Hold your down dog, take a breath in. As you exhale, bend the knees and look forwards. You can step or jump into a seated position. As you arrive into your seated position, lift the shins parallel to the ground. And then if this works for you, you're here in boat pose. Otherwise, you work with the forearms back behind you, just like we did earlier. Now, take a breath in. Exhale, straighten your right leg. Inhale, both leg bend. Exhale, straighten your left leg. Inhale, both knees bend. Exhale, straighten both legs. Inhale, knees bend. Exhale, right leg. Inhale, knees bend. Exhale, left leg. Only one more inhale. Both legs straight, exhale. Rebend the knees. Keep your knees bent. Bring your lower back to the ground and squeeze your inner legs together. Reach forwards with your fingers, reach forwards with your toes, and then lift yourself back up. Hold it, inhale. Either repeat this or bring the forearms down. If you are doing the other version of the pose, then you are here. You're puffing your chest up, you're working with your legs straight, and when we come up, you're back here with your knees bent. So one option or the other option. All the way back up, and then let's all cross the shins, come forwards, downward facing dog. Hold your down dog, breathe in fully. Breathe out completely. Inhale, come forwards, plank. Exhale, drop your knees, drop slowly all the way to the floor. Shift your forearms forwards into Sphinx. Elbows visible a little bit in front of your shoulders. Spread your fingers, pull back. As you pull back with your hands, reach your chest, reach your breastbone forwards, the top of the head up. And then from here, we'll do this work a number of times, so I just want you to be familiar with the movement. Inhale. Lift the belly, lift the front of the pelvis, tuck your tail and lift the front of the thighs. You're on your knees, you're pressing with the forearms into the floor, you're pressing with all of your fingers into the floor. Really slowly, you're dropping the thighs down, the pelvis, and the belly. Open the chest, Sphinx. Exhale, lift again onto your knees. Squeeze the bum. Thighs active. Slowly down. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale this time. Come up onto your knees. And then tuck your toes, lift the knees into forearm plank. Hold your forearm plank. Be mindful that you're not lifting your bum, but you're keeping it down in line with the spine. You're using your glutes again. You're squeezing your inner legs again. And you're puffing up a little bit through the upper back. From here, drop your knees down. Slowly drop the front of the thighs, the pelvis, the belly. Inhale, Sphinx. Open up your chest. Exhale all the way down. Hands under shoulders. Come up into a little cobra. Back into downward facing dog. Hold down dog. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. This time, bend the knees, look forward, step or likely jump to the front of your mat. Come up halfway, lift and lengthen. Exhale and fold all the way down. Inhale, stretch up to the ceiling, feet push down, fingers lift up. Mountain pose, exhale. Steady breathing, inhale fully. Exhale completely. Breathing in, lift the arms overhead. Breathing out, empty the lungs as you fold. Lift the chest, pull it forwards, inhale. Hands to the mat, step your right foot back, exhale. Simple low lunge, inhale. Hands to the mat, step back, downward facing dog and hold. Stay, inhale. Stay, exhale. Right leg lifts to the sky, pelvis is level, right leg is strong. We step the right foot forwards, being super light, we make no sound. Left knee comes down, lower belly pulls up as we lift, low lunge. Hands to the floor, step forwards and fold. Lift the chest, elongate the spine. Exhale and fold. Inhale, up to standing. Mountain pose, exhale. Breathing in, the arms lift. Breathing out, we fold forwards and down. Chest forwards, lengthen. Hands to the mat, step your left foot back. Left knee down, low lunge, inhale. Hands down, downward dog, exhale. Hold, inhale. Exhale. As the left leg lifts, it's strong, get straight and active. Left foot forwards, back knee down. Arms lift, inhale, squeezing the backside glutes. Hands to the floor, step forwards and fold. Lift and lengthen, inhale. All the way down, exhale. Up to standing, inhale, get really long. Mountain pose, exhale. Working into our high lunge, arms up. Empty the lungs, exhale. Lift the chest and lengthen, inhale. Hands come down, step your right foot back, high lunge. Ground the feet, lift the upper body. Front of ribs are drawn in, right side glutes squeeze. Hands to the mat, step back, downward facing dog. Hold it, breathing. Right leg lifts, inhale. Shift the shoulders forwards, bring your right knee towards the nose, and then lightly step the right foot forwards. Press down with the feet, inhale, high lunge. Hands to the mat, step forwards and fold, exhale. Pull the chest forwards, lengthen. All the way down and fold. Up to standing, inhale. Mountain pose, exhale. Second side, arms up, inhale. Fold forwards and down, exhale. Lift the chest, elongate the spine. Hands to the mat, step back with your left foot. Ground the feet, lift the upper body, inhale. Hands to the mat, step it back. Downward facing dog, exhale. Hold, inhale. Exhale. Left leg to the sky, breathing in. Left knee to the nose, push with the hands. Spread your upper back, lightly step the left foot forwards. High lunge, squeezing right side glutes. Hands to the mat, step forwards and fold. Lift the chest and lengthen. All the way down and fold. Up to standing, inhale. Mountain pose, exhale. One breath here. Complete exhale. On your next inhale, lift the arms up. Fold forwards, exhale. Lift the chest and lengthen. Bring the hands to the mat and step back with your right foot, right knee down. On your next inhale, lift the arms overhead. Now bring the hands together in prayer. We're standing up on the left foot, bringing the right knee into the chest. And then in slow motion, we go back where we came from, keeping our upper body perpendicular to the floor, head and shoulders up. And then we do it again. Inhale, lift the arms up. Hands to the mat. Hands to the heart center actually. Push with your left foot, lift your right. Inhale here. Back in slow motion. Last time like this, arms up, inhale. Hands to prayer, spring forwards, right knee into chest, standing tall. Back down, low lunge, back knee lowers with control. Now bend the elbows into 90 degrees, palms face forwards. Draw your front ribs in, squeeze your right side glutes. Inhale here. Now twist from your waist, rotate towards your left knee. Don't worry about how far you go, but feel that you're squeezing around your waist to rotate. And then from here, take your left hand behind your back, tuck it over towards the opposite side hip. Take an inhale. And with your exhale, bring the right elbow to hover just on top of your left knee. Don't let it touch. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, opposite elbow to knee. One more time, inhale. Exhale, come down, don't let it touch. Press the palms together now. Lift your chest and keep rotating to your left. Feel the sides of your waist squeezing and working. One more breath. Hands to the mat. Step back, downward facing dog. Hold your down dog, inhale fully. Exhale completely. On your next breath, and bend your knees, look forwards. Step or lightly jump into a seated position. Lift the shins, boat pose. Inhale. Lower back to the ground, or you have the other option, forearms to the ground. We're straightening the legs, whichever version you're doing. Back up, inhale. Lower back down, squeezing our leg, point toes, all the way back up, inhale. Next one we hold. Hold and do your best to breathe. I know it's hard. It's not the best position that you want to be in to breathe, but breathe. And then lift yourself all the way back up. Cross the shins, step back, downward facing dog. Hold your down dog, inhale fully. Exhale completely. On your next breath in, lift your right leg to the sky. Shift forwards, knee towards the nose, push with the hands, and then lightly step the foot between the hands. Drop your left knee on the mat. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, hands in prayer. We're standing up on the right foot, left knee into chest. Slow, controlled. Make your way back. On the inhale, arms lift up. On the exhale, right foot pushes down. Left knee into chest, standing tall. Slow, controlled, we make our way back. Last time, arms up, inhale. Squeeze your right side glutes as you lift. Make your way back, super slow, super controlled. Arms lift on the inhale. Elbows bend on the exhale. Breath in, squeeze around your waist. Breathe out, twist to your right. Hold it there, inhale. Right hand behind your back. Left elbow hovers just on top of the opposite knee. It doesn't touch it. I know it'll be much easier to touch it. Don't let it. Come back to center. On your next exhale, back down. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hover. Both hands together in prayer. Press them into each other, lift your chest and rotate to your right. Hold it there, take an extra breath. Exhale, hands down, step forwards and fold. Lift your chest, lengthen. Exhale and fold all the way down. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, the hands together in prayer. Now working with high lunge. Arms up, inhale. Fold forwards and down, exhale. Lift your chest and lengthen. Hands to the mat, step your left foot back into a high lunge. Press down with your feet, upper body lifts, inhale. Similar to what we did earlier, hands together in prayer, come forward, squeeze your right glutes, stand up tall. Maybe stay, maybe now straighten your left leg as if you were kicking something away. And then re-bend your knee and lightly find your way back, high lunge. Arms up, inhale. Bend the elbows, exhale. Squeeze around your waist to twist to the right. Take a breath here. Exhale, straighten your arms. Full inhale. Exhale, a little back bend. Right hand goes to the back leg. Left arm lifts. Tiny little opening of the front of the body. Hands to the mat. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Full inhale for down dog. Complete exhale. This time we'll take a vinyasa. Forwards, inhale. Lower the knees, slowly come down. Exhale. Reach your elbows forward, sphinx. Inhale. Roll up onto your knees. Exhale. Take a breath in. Slowly come down. Open up your chest. Collarbones spread away from each other. Exhale, lift all the way back up. Slow, controlled. The slower you do this, the better it is. Take a breath in. Roll the belly, front of pelvis and thighs, tap tailbone, and then slowly down, thighs, pelvis, belly, open the chest, inhale, all the way to the mat, exhale. Reach your arms back, palms touch down, inhale, exhale, lift everything you can lift off the ground, belly button to spine, shoulder blades squeeze together. Hold it, inhale, exhale, release. Hands under shoulders, cobra to come up. Downward facing, we take it back. Steady the breathing. On your next inhale, left leg lifts. Shoulders forwards, knee towards the nose. Keep it high, push with the hands. Lightly step forwards with your left foot. Press down, high lunge, inhale. Hands into press, spring forwards, right knee into chest. Maybe stay, Maybe we stretch the right leg forwards, we kick it forwards. Rebend it, step back, high lunge. Hold, inhale. Bend the elbows, exhale. Squeeze around your waist, take a breath in. Exhale, twist to your left. Hold your twist, inhale. Straighten the arms, exhale. Left hand to the back leg, right arm up, little back bend. Both hands to the floor. This time step forwards and fold. Lift your chest, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Up to standing, inhale. Mountain pose, exhale. Full breath in. Complete breath out. Keep your hands together in prayer, bend your knees, chair pose. Kneecaps track in line with the second and third toes. Thighs are parallel to each other. We're going to lift all of the toes off the ground. Spread the toes as much as you can spread them. And then drop the toes, lift your heels as high as you can lift them. Now really slowly drop your heels down. Lift your toes, spread them out wide. You might even want to look at them and just see what they're doing. Sometimes we're just so disconnected. Toes to brain is a long way. Toes down, lift your heels. Slowly drop your heels and then squat all the way down to the floor with control. All the way, all the way, all the way down. Take a seat. Lift your shins, boat. A breath into boat. Exhale, lower back down, or the other version where your forearms are back behind you, your legs straighten. Back up, inhale. Lower back down, exhale. Inhale and lift. Exhale, lower and hold. Squeeze your legs, squeeze your feet. Reach forwards with your fingers, reach forwards with your toes, and then lift all the way across the shins. Step back, downward facing dog. Hold your down dog, steady breathing. On your next inhalation, lift the right leg up. Right leg is straight and super strong and active. Shift the shoulders forwards, knee towards the nose, and then lightly step the foot forwards. Press down with your feet. Come up, high lunge. Hold your high lunge, inhale. Exhale, hands together in prayer, spring forwards. Squeeze the right side glutes. Maybe stay, maybe kick the left foot forwards. Rebend the left knee if it was straight. And then this time, shift back into warrior three. So left leg goes back, chest comes forwards. We are long from the head to the left toes. And we aim for the body to be parallel to the ground. Now come back where you came from, left knee into chest, standing tall. And then lightly step it back into a high lunge. Arms overhead, inhale. Bend the elbows, exhale. Take a breath in, squeeze your waist. Twist to the right, squeezing your left side glutes. Straighten the arms, a little back bend. You can skip this one out if it bothers your balance. And then hands to the floor, step it back. Downward facing dog. Hold your down dog, inhale. Hold it there, exhale. Forwards, plank, inhale. Slowly down, exhale. Forearms forwards, Sphinx pose. Open up your chest. Roll up onto your knees, exhale. Hold it, take a breath in. Slowly down, thighs, pelvis, belly, inhale. Slowly back up onto your knees only. Tailbone is tucked, upper back spreads, and slowly down, thighs, pelvis and belly, inhale. This time come all the way up into forearm plank. Tuck your toes, push back with the heels, forwards with the top of the head, and try not to lift your bum too high or don't collapse your hips towards the floor, but imagine you're into a long line from the shoulders to your pelvis. From here, drop your knees, slowly roll down, thighs, pelvis, belly, open your chest, inhale. All the way down, release. Hands go back next to your hips. Your palms are facing down, we prepare. As you exhale, lift everything you can lift off the ground into locust pose. You're looking down, your chin is slightly tucked in, your bum is squeezing and active, and your shoulder blades too, they squeeze together. Release to the ground, hands by your chest. Lift into cobra, inhale. Downward facing, exhale. Stay and breathe. Same work, other side, left leg up, inhale. Shift forwards with your shoulders, knee towards the nose, push with the hands. Lightly step the left foot forwards, high lunge, breathing in. Hands together in prayer. We stand on the left foot, we lift the right knee into the chest. Maybe we stay, maybe we kick the right foot forwards. Standing up nice and tall with the spine. Right knee into chest, we hinge forwards for warrior three. Hands together in prayer. A moment into your balance, and then come back with your knee into chest, inhale. Slow motion, back into your high lunge, arms overhead. Take a breath in. Bend the elbows, exhale. Squeeze your waist, inhale. Twist to your left, feel the squeeze around your waist. Open the arms, and then choose, maybe stay, maybe a little back bend. Feet are strongly connected to the floor, especially your left big toe, use it. Hands to the floor, step forwards and fold. Lift the chest and lengthen. Exhale and fold all the way down. Up to standing, inhale. Mountain pose, exhale. Stay, inhale fully. Exhale completely. Bend your knees, chair pose. Maybe hands together in prayer, maybe arms overhead, your choice. Lift your toes, spread them out. Notice if your fingers are also spreading out as you ask your toes to spread. That's fine, it's just your body trying to help. Drop your toes, lift your heels. Keep your sit low. Slowly drop your heels, lift your toes. And then drop your toes, lift your heels. Good. Slowly drop your heels and come all the way down into a seated position. You know your options. You can go on forearms. You can go balancing on your sitting bones. Your choice. Wherever you are, we'll take a breath in. I'll show you this variation this time. Exhale, legs straight. Inhale, knees bent, coming back up if you're into a low boat. Exhale, legs straight. Coming back up, inhale. Legs straight and hold. Hold your low boat or hold it here with your legs straight. Puff your chest if you're on forearms. And then let's all come back up. Cross the shins, rock back, downward facing dog. Hold it. Breathe. On your next inhalation, lift your right leg up. Right knee to the nose, push with your hands. Lightly step the foot between the hands. Inhale, high lunge. Hands together in prayer, spring forward. Left knee into chest. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, either stay or kick. Rebend the knee, inhale. Warrior three, exhale. Maybe the arms overhead. Maybe the hands stay in prayer. Bring your knees back into the chest, hands together in prayer. This time bend your right knee as well and bring your left knee behind your right knee. Take your left knee a little bit to the outside of your right knee and then slide it down. Keep your right knee deeply bent and slide your left knee down towards the right ankle. Lift back up, stay, both legs bent. Chest up, top of the head up. Slow, slide it down. And back up. I know this is probably really burning into your glutes, into your right leg. Super good for you. This is our last one. And then lift yourself back up. Left knee into chest. Step it back. High lunge. Take the hands to the mat. Step all the way back into downward facing dog. Hold your down dog. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. On your next inhale, come forwards, plank. Exhale, drop your knees. Slowly drop all the way down to the floor. Shift your forearms forwards. A little bit different this time. So your forearms are parallel one to the other for now. We're going to come up onto our knees and then tap the toes and lift all the way into forearm plank. Now turn your left hand towards your right hand, so it's diagonal to the mat. And then turn so you're onto the inner arch of your right foot, outside edge of your left foot. Feet are one in front of the other, right hand to your right hip. Now lift as high as you can, left side waist, left side hip away from the floor. Take a breath in. And now come down with your left side hip towards the floor, but don't collapse in your shoulder. Push yourself back up. With the left forearm, you're pushing into the floor. Slow, come down. As if you were about to touch down with the hip, but you don't, and you spring back up. Last time, I promise. All the way back up. Forearm plank, hold it. We'll do the other side later, so for now, hold your forearm plank. Drop your knees, slowly roll down, Sphinx, inhale. All the way to the mat, exhale. Reach your hands back behind you. Head is touching the floor, hands next to the body. Take a breath in. Exhale, lift everything you can lift off the ground. Squeeze your bum, squeeze your shoulder blades, inhale. All the way down, hands by your chest. Lift into cobra, breathing in. Take a moment, sit on your heels, breathing out. Steady breathing. For 3, 2. Now inhale fully. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift your left leg to the sky. Step the left foot forwards between the hands, high lunge. Last time, last side, arms up, inhale. Hands together in prayer, spring forwards, right knee into chest. A breath here. Maybe you stay, maybe you kick forwards. Bend the right knee, inhale. Go back into warrior 3, maybe exploring a different variation with your arms. Rebend your right knee into the chest, hands together in prayer. Now bend your standing leg, bend it deep, and then take your right knee behind your left, a little bit to the outside. Start to slide down, right knee down the left calf, and then all the way up, keeping both legs bent. Torso upright, imagine a string attached to the top of your head. It keeps you standing tall. One last one, slide down. And then all the way back up, right knee into chest, right foot steps back, high lunge, inhale. Hands to the floor, step all the way back into downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. And a complete breath out. On your next inhale, forwards for plank. Like we did on the other side, come down to the mat. Bring your forearms forwards. And then roll onto your knees. Tap the toes, lift the knees, forearm plank. Right hand turns towards the left hand. We turn on the outside edge of the right foot, inner arch of the left foot. We lift right side waist really high. Left hand to the left hip, inhale. Drop the hips, exhale. Don't let them touch. Lift all the way up, squeezing the right side waist. Drop the hips. Lift all the way up. Last time, drop the hips. And then lift all the way back up. Forearms down, forearm plank, inhale. Drop your knees, come down slow. Stay a moment, Sphinx. All the way down, release. Hands go back, one more locust, inhale. Lift everything you can lift, exhale. Point your toes back, chin towards your chest, hold. And let go, hands by your chest. Lift into cobra. Sit back, child's pose. From your child's pose, now lift up into a tabletop position and then bring your feet to the outside of your hands for a malasana, yogi squat. So we'll play with a variation of bakasana where we have one forearm to the ground and one hand to the ground. So it's like a funky crow pose. What we want to have is this alignment where the elbow is in line with the opposite hand. Both hands are active, fingers are spreading, and it's as if we wanted to grab the mat with our hands. We're gripping it a little bit and we are hugging in towards center. So let's give it a go. Left forearm on the floor. I see where that elbow is, and I go in the same line with my opposite hand. Now, I don't want my feet and my elbow and hand to be really close. I want them to be so far forwards that I need to shift forwards. And that shift forwards is essential to then our feet being able to lift. So go a big step forwards with your elbow and opposite hand. Spread your fingers. And now with your knees, you want to be on your upper arms. So squeeze your knees towards center. Hinge forwards and grip the mat with your fingers. Now from here, start by lifting just your right foot. See if you can stay. Shift the body weight a little bit further forwards, round your back, and then see if maybe the other foot lifts and you bring big toes together. If you can, you hold it for a few breaths and you try and lift yourself away from the mat. You're so close to the mat though that if something goes wrong, nothing bad is going to happen. You're really close. Both feet down, switch. Second side. Right elbow down. Left hand in line with the right elbow. The knees rest on the upper arms, and sometimes that can be a little bit uncomfortable. That's something you get used to. Left elbow, 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 elbow. Okay, so I hope that little break is giving you some time to play with this pose. Okay, so hope that little break. So I hope that little break that was definitely not intended, sorry about that, gave you some time to play with it. It was actually a good place for us to break because with this arm balances, you need the time to actually explore the pose. So I hope you've made the most of that time and actually had a chance to play with both sides of the body. So if you would like to do it one more time, we're going to give it a go, just right side, left side. For anyone who's like, this is it for me, I want to lie down, go lie down, soles of the feet together, knees out to the sides. For those of you who want to play with it, left forearm down, right hand in line with the left elbow, we shift forwards. Remember that shift forwards is the most important thing. You want to come up on tippy toes, lift one foot, and then don't rush it. If you rush it, you're going to lose your balance. Look forwards, far in front of your hands. And then as you lift your toes, maybe you bring both feet together. You round your back, you scoop the belly in, and then you drop your feet and try on the other side. Last couple of breaths if you are still there with me playing. And then we'll all make our way onto our backs. Come and lie down, soles of the feet together, knees out to the sides. And close your eyes. Let your body be supported by the ground now. Let go of the hard work. Let the breath slow down now. Good, and then from here, let's set up for a bridge pose. So we're going to have the feet about hip distance apart, arms alongside the body. And then once you're ready, on your next exhale, push the floor away and lift the hips and the spine. Choose if you want the arms to stay here or if you want to interlace them behind your back. But what I'd like you to do now is to focus on expanding your front body. So your glutes are strong, your thighs are strong, but the front of your hips, the front of your thighs and your belly are spacious. Your chest is spacious. With your feet, be strong and press into the floor. Now from here, start from the upper back, come down little by little, middle back, lower back and hips. Stay, give yourself a full breath here. A complete breath out. If you feel ready to go up into your wheel pose with the hands either side of your head, you're happy to go there. We have the chance to go there right now. Otherwise, one more round of bridge, just like you did. A breath in. Push the ground away, lift up. If you are into your wheel, push with the hands, push with your feet. Expand your chest. Let's stay another 2 or 3 breaths. When we come down slowly, we come down with control. Now, once you're all the way down, stay. So your feet are on the floor, maybe you need to shift them a little bit further forwards. Your knees are bent, and we're back into the first pose we did today. Just simple, lying on our backs, feet on the ground, knees bent. And I invite you to bring your attention back to the breath now. Just like we did at the start of our practice. Bring your awareness not just to your belly, but also to the sides of your waist and your lower back. And notice how the whole region expands as you inhale. It softens as you exhale. Last 2 cycles of breath. The inhales start to now become slower, longer, and so do the exhales. We'll go for a simple twist. Now shift your pelvis a little bit to your left, and then drop your knees to the right, bringing one knee on top of the other. The right hand can go on the knees, and the left arm can go over in line with the left shoulder. This is a good time to now close the eyes and soften the face. You worked hard. Notice how it feels to shift from your more dynamic practice and gently ease into your relaxation. Let's come back to center. Shift your pelvis a little bit to the right. Drop the knees to the left. And the right arm reaches out to the side. Give it another 2 breaths. And then from here, start to come back to center. And before we go and settle into relaxation, take your right leg on top of your left leg, cross the knees, one on top of the other, and then move your knees back towards your chest. Now with your hands, you will go and catch either the outside of your calf muscles, or if it's easy for you to catch your feet, you catch your feet. And then once you have hold on to your feet or legs, pull them down a little bit more and pull them apart. So you'll start to feel that the outside of your hips are now a little bit more lengthened. With the hands, we're pulling apart and we're pulling down. Last inhale. And exhale, release. Uncross the legs, recross them the other way, and repeat. Holding onto the feet or the shins, whatever you can catch easily. Your shoulders are down, your head is down. You pull your legs apart and down. Just one last in. And then uncross the legs. Drop the feet on the floor and bring your hands to rest on your belly. Take the 2 middle fingers, rest them on top of your belly button, and spread the other fingers out wide. So they're resting on your abdomen. Your elbows are on the ground, your eyes are closed. Start to come back to the breath. And as you breathe in now, look for a big expansion of your belly. As you breathe out, look for a complete release of all of the air going out of the lungs and the belly dropping down towards the spine. And stay for the next 5 breaths, focusing on the expansion as you inhale, the complete release as you exhale. Just the last couple of breaths here. Exhale completely. And then when you're ready, release the hands down. Palms face the sky. Extend the legs to the front of your mat. And let them be apart. Drop the feet to the sides of your mat, to the corners of your mat. And see if you need a moment just to feel that you are fully releasing into the ground. See if you need any final adjustments. And then as you're ready, settle into stillness. Feel the weight of your body into the ground. Feel the weight of your arms and legs, the back of your head, your back and your hips. As you let your body be heavy and surrender to the ground, relax your face. See if there is room to relax your eyes even more, the inside of your mouth, the back of your throat. The longer the body stays, the more it abandons to the ground. Letting go of the weight of the bones, the muscles let go of any residual effort. The skin softens. Nothing else to do. We're just allowing our body to be still and relaxed after a strong practice. We need this time to take it all in, to make the most of all the movement we've done, coming back into balance. Now take a deeper inhalation, a longer exhalation. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Circle your ankles and your wrists. And then reach the arms overhead and take a full body stretch. Hug the knees into the chest, rock a little bit side to side, massaging your back. Then gently roll over onto one side and pause there for a couple of breaths. And using your hands to help, still keeping your eyes closed if possible, come up into a seated position. And to close the practice, we'll take the right hand flat to the center of your chest, the left hand flat on the belly button, sitting with a tall spine. We tune into the rhythm of the heart. We tune into the rhythm of our breathing. And we close this practice in gratitude for our body and everything it does for us. Without even asking, our heart keeps beating, our body keeps breathing, it keeps us alive. We close the practice saying thank you to our own body for everything it's doing for us. Join the hands together in prayer. With the next inhale, the prayer to the sky. With the exhale, the prayer to the earth. Namaste. Thank you for your practice. Thank you for being here with me today. I hope you are well. I hope you enjoyed the class. And I'm going to ask you to like the video if you enjoyed the class, and also to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it yet. Share this with anyone who needs it. Share it with your friends, even if they don't do yoga yet, but they like keeping active. Give it to them as a present. So I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. Before we close the video, if there are any comments or any questions, I'm going to take a look at them. And also remember that if you would like to support me and our work with these free classes, there is an option to leave a donation, and I really appreciate every single donation that comes in. No donation is ever too small, so thank you for your generosity, and you can find the link at the bottom of the video here in the description. And if you can't find it for any reason, just because it takes a little bit of time from when we stop the live session to when YouTube actually allows us to upload it on my channel. You can find the link on my website. So we have the website written down here. You can see it, www.yogawithganda.com online-classes, and if you scroll down you will see that there is a section dedicated to YouTube, and you will find the link for the donations there, so thank you again in advance. Also, anyone who wants to join me on Zoom, I have weekly classes on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays and Fridays. 2 are dynamic classes similar to this, and 2 are more easy, gentle classes. So all the information again are on my website, and if you have any questions, just get in touch and I'll of course be there to help. So I'm going to take a look at the comments or questions. Right. And again, sorry that we had that technical issue, but I do really think that it happened at the best possible time for this flow, because it gave you a little bit of time to play with it. It was like the best time it could have happened in the sequence today. So again, if you weren't able to find the balance, come back to the class, do it another few times, give yourself time to play with it, and with time it will come, it will come. Oh yeah, Jason, yes, we have another class before, it's in Italian, and yeah, so when you wrote the message, I couldn't respond to you, but yeah, we were just starting, you figured that out. Thank you, Katie, yeah, great, lovely, thank you, Laura, thank you so much, Sonal, and Bushra, you're here, yay, good. Tanya, thank you so much. Yeah, 20-minute practice is also up. It's my latest video. I'm uploading 2 videos a week, as well as the 2 full classes on Sundays. So on Tuesdays I'm posting a video in Italian, on Fridays I'm posting a video in English. So if you have any requests as well for future videos, you can just let me know. Thank you, Marco, namaste to you too. Thank you, everybody. Great. I think we're good to go. We'll see you next week. Take care.